Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Thursday, November the 8th, 2018. My name is Doug McCann, founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions, take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses. Our hypotheses are our trade plans. We do create multiple trade plans. We do not predict what the market's going to do. We wait for the market to open up, then show us who's taking control, and then execute the plan that best suits the market, and then make those adjustments as the context changes. Yesterday was another good example of shifting from one hypo into alternative hypo, which turned out to be a trend day up. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to. Then we do live trading and analysis during the course of the regular trading day. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. So let's take a look at yesterday. So yesterday, our main hypothesis was an open auction, and we were looking for a balancing day with an upward skew. So we were looking for an open auction out of range. We were looking for a move down towards the half gap fill, and we were looking for buyers to step in and start grinding our way up towards that 91. And that's basically what it was looking like we were going to get. And then we got above 91, which was our key line in the sand. This is where we start shifting, okay, for the possibility of continuation. And then once we got above the daily ATR, that's where we were looking for it to go trendy. And basically, very difficult day to try to get in on the long if you missed it. And the shorts were not getting paid. The retracements were very shallow. So yeah, basically just scalping opportunities. And if you let it go, then you could get punished in a major way. Taking a look at the earnings, we do have a lot of earnings today, but there's not a lot of big names before. We get 209 before, 232. The big ones will be tonight. We've got Dropbox, Disney, Activision, Trade Desk, Yelp, Hertz, AMC. So there's a few big names after the market, so just keep that. Of course, today is the FOMC, the FOMC statement, and the Fed rate decision is out today. We did have some news at 8:30. We had continuing jobless claims was a beat. Canadian housing starts was a beat, but it was somewhat subdued in terms of the 4-week average claims and the initial jobless claims and the new housing price index. So market really didn't do much off of that. We've got ECB speaker, Coir speaking. I don't know if that's pronounced properly. We've got natural gas at 10:30. We've got WASDE report at 12. But the big one, of course, is going to be 2 o'clock. And that's the FOMC statement and the Fed interest. And what I found interesting is I thought they were switching to press conference after each Fed announcement, and there's no press conference off of this, so that's kind of weird. Of course, Jeff Sessions resigned yesterday. It's rumor has it that Rosenstein is also going to be resigning. I haven't heard anything. I haven't really checked this morning yet to see if there's anything out about Rosenstein, but he did meet with Trump at 4 o'clock yesterday. So we do have headline news. And of course, headline news and political news is what has been driving this market and the uncertainty. Taking a look at the overnight inventory, you can see that we've got a double distribution with 90% of the of the overnight inventory net short. They've come back down and they tested that 150 area. That's the LVN from yesterday, and also just above the century mark. Big time double distribution with the LVN at 2709 or 2809, I should say. We have not gotten a VPOC shift back down. The VPOC is still up there, but there is still time if they put some volume off in the lower distribution. But keep an eye on that for that shift, because that changes the context slightly. But overall, we've got negative inventory. We've got fairly normal volume. I hate when my numbers get all, well, 200 plus. So a little bit higher, double the normal volume, but not what we've been seeing lately, which has been 4 and 5 and 8 times the normal volume. All right, so let's take a step back, take a look at the macro. I always start my day with the same routine. Start with a monthly. Come on. I'm going to start working my way down. I use a 9 EMA, 20 SMA, simple candlestick chart. I'm looking at the strength of trend on each time frame. Do we have good slope and separation? Is price paralleling the 9? Is the trend being challenged with the break of the 9, or is it being violated in a possible trend change with a move through the 9 and the 20? You can see very strong trend. They did come down and challenge the trend, but they've taken it back, and so far we're back above the 9 EMA. So we've got possible continuation pattern. Trend is back in place on the monthly. On the weekly, we were starting to see a trend change and a downside trend, but we are now back above the 9 and coming up into the 20, which is up here at the 28.2750. And if we can get above that, we get the trend change and back to the upward trend. On the daily, we are back above the 9 and the 20, and we're starting to get some slope and separation, and looking for this trend change to continue to the upside if we can hold above the 27.58 area. Going to the 4 hour. We are in an upward trend. We did have a technical gap. We're coming back to close the technical gap, but the trend itself is very much intact on the 4 hour. And on the 30-minute, we have a possibility of a trend down, but we are coming back and getting above the 9 right now. So we want to watch this 27.07 area and see if we hold there. Looking at it in the structure, so we had come back down. We found our buyers down here. They came up. They accepted value at the area of the longer time frame balance. The yearly VPOC is here in the 27.28. We accepted that value, and then they break out, and they actually gapped up over the VPOC from this area at the 71.25 area, and then we just basically ripped through to the other side of value up here at the 28.18 area and stalled. And so far we're holding above the 2800, and we're in this upper distribution up here and chopping overnight. And we did not get the continuation. We only got a couple ticks continuation. Our RTH high was 28.1750, and our Globex high is 28.1750, and our Globex high is 28.18. So we did not get the continuation. They failed to get the continuation last night. Keep in mind that the overall value area high of the longer time frame micro composite is up here at the 27.50 area. That's our key line in the sand above. And if we get above that, then we're looking for a move to repair this move here, which is the significant breakdown candle from this balance up here. And I'd be targeting the 28.45 area as the next big target above that. But we got pretty choppy area here with a lot of undetermined fair value, and we're likely to see some chop in this area as we start to fill in the auction here between the 18 and the 75, possibly even a move back down to the half gap fill, which is down at 67.75. Key levels to pay attention to, obviously 27.50 area, 28.84.75 is our key line in the sand below. Our over under line is going to be the 28.02.75, and other than that, it's a bunch of chop in this area. So taking a look at our overnight numbers and moving our levels over. Come on, center it. So we do have the double distribution. We've got the 2809. There is an argument that you could use the 2809 as your over underline, but I'm going to use a 2802. $50. And then just below that, we've got the overnight low at 150 and the LVN here from the prior day. Our overnight high is 18. Our overnight low is 150. I'm going to put the VPOC in here, but it's likely going to shift. But currently, right now, sitting just above the naked VPOC. Come on. Oh, I already have it there. Okay. All right. Our daily ATR, average true range for the full session, is running 58.50. So off of the overnight low, our upside daily ATR is all the way up here at 28.60. And our daily downside ATR off the overnight high is all the way down here at the 27.59.50. So, the true ranges are not giving us a lot to go on because they're so huge. So we just have to keep that in mind, that we've got capabilities of moving with some considerable range without violating the current volatility range. So what is my hypothesis? Well, it's kind of like it was yesterday, but I'm looking for more of a balancing day today. But we've got the Fed at 2 o'clock. So my hypos are going to run through to 2 o'clock. And then after 2 o'clock, depends on whether or not they raise rates or not. But I'm looking for an open auction in range. I'm looking for a move down to take out the overnight low, dip down into the 2700s, and then somewhere between the 97.75 and the 93.75, I'm looking for buyers to step in and bring us back into the 2800s and come up here and chop around in the 08 to 015 or 08 to 015. 2808 to 2815 area coming into the Fed. And then based on that, either a big move down if they raise rates or a big move up. I don't think they're going to raise rates, so I'm looking for a continuation and a move up into the 2750. Hypo 2 is going to be the opposite of that, but equally weighted inside of balance. Well, not really balance inside of the day because there was no true balance yesterday. Open auction in range, a move up into the overnight VPOC and the naked VPOC, push through to the 18, fail to continue the auction, rotate us down and come down and basically chop between the 93.75 and the 28.12 area coming into the Fed and fighting the 2800 into the Fed announcement. Hypo 3 is going to be a continuation up day, an open test drive. Failed to break back into the 2700s or a quick dip in, but strong buying and holding us in the 2800s, a push up through the overnight high, coming up here into the 2750 and then breaking through and coming up into the Fed somewhere up here between 2750 and 3450, and then based on news, a continuation up into the next big target above, which is up at that 43.75. That is Hypo 3. Hypo 4 is a breakdown day, open auction in range, failure to get above the prior day range, sellers step in early, move us back into the 2700s, chop in this lower distribution between 93.75 and 87.50, come down, break through the 84.50, and completely catch everybody off guard by coming all the way down here, down into the gap, and filling the gap down here in the 27.59 area. That is my Hypo 4. Going over to gold. Gold continues to just chop around and not do much, and it's really bugging me. But we have broken below that 26 level. We're outside of the micro-composite value area, so I'm watching to see if we get a push through and whether or not this 13-14 area holds on the next retest. If we can get back inside of value, I'm looking for a continuation move back up into the 34, back into the balance, and then try to break back above. But you're seeing some selling wicks coming in, and just gold is just not friendly right now, and looks like it could go a little bit lower. Anyway, that's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.